Hi, good evening. I'm going to go over a short video to help you help your kiddos with their homework for tonight because I know it was kind of tricky. So we are going to look at the lesson that we did on elapsed time. That's part of one of our third grade standards, and it pops up a lot on our CMAS testing. So we are going to go over it together just to make it a little bit easier for your kiddos. So this is our objective for this video, to solve word problems where time has passed. We're doing this because time passes all day long and we need to figure out how many minutes have passed or what time it will be in minutes, which is what kiddos' homework is. So here's the real world example that we're going to work with first. Ms. Hill's making dinner. She started at 6:30 last night. The recipe said it would take her 45 minutes to cook. So here's an example of what time will it be. What time is her dinner done? So when we're solving these problems, the first thing we do is we draw a number line and mark the start time of the problem. The problem said I started making dinner at 6:30, so that's what I put on the left side of my number line. Then I'm going to think, how many minutes do I need to pass? The recipe said it would take 45 minutes, so I'm going to make a jump of 45 minutes. I can break this into 30 minutes and 15 because those are really easy times on a clock. We just talked about that today. So that's what I did. When I make my jump of 30 minutes, I get to 7 o'clock, 15 more minutes is 7:15. So the answer would be my dinner's done at 7:15. We talked about different ways we could solve it. We could break 45 into 4 jumps of 10 minutes and a group of 5. We could break it into 20, 20, and 5, just depending on what the kids wanted. They all understood that 45 could be decomposed into those smaller numbers. So here's an example of the opposite kind of problem where we have a beginning and end time. We need to figure out how many minutes have passed. So Stella started cleaning her room at 7:25. She finished at 8:57. How long did she clean? We want to know how much time had passed, and this is what kiddos' homework is tonight. So really similarly, we're going to draw a number line, but this time we're going to mark the start and end time because we have to find the space between. If you remember a couple months ago, we talked about our two different subtraction strategies. One of them, you put both numbers on the number line and make jumps between. That's what we're going to be doing. So the first thing we do is we jump to the next full hour. Kids could jump realistically wherever they wanted in between this time, but getting to the next full hour is usually easier. And when we think about our addition and subtraction strategies that we've practiced, using a friendly number, which would be 8 o'clock in this case, is generally best. So we make our first jump and record the time, then our second. This is where it gets a little bit trickier for the third graders. We have to add up the number of minutes, which is 92. Since 1 hour is only 60 minutes and 92 is bigger than 60, we have to find the difference. So I took 92 and subtracted 60. I took out the hour that I know is there, and I was left with 32 minutes. So that means that 35 minutes plus 57 minutes is 1 hour and 32 minutes. This is super similar to the work that we did with addition and subtraction, the differencing strategy and the decomposition strategy that we practiced before winter break. So if we keep that in mind, that we're trying to find the space between or the difference between these two times, that might help activate third graders' memory a little bit more. We practiced this for a couple of days, so they should be pretty comfortable, but please reach out with questions. Have a good night.